Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are again playing Hollywood. Both of these teams are attempting to improve their Hollywood game because Hollywood is a very popular competitive map. And having just played it twice with very similar results, I'm sure both teams have some interesting strategies they want to try out. It looks like Team Paragon is on defense, running the Symmetra strat, and Team Primal is on offense, attempting to push in there. Looks like they are going with two support, one tank, and 3 offense. They are sacrificing health for damage output, which is the opposite of what they did last time by having much of a high health people. Their opponents, Team Paragon, are going with 2 tanks, 2 support, and 2 offense, very standard. And here we go. Team Primal is running through the left flank this time. Different from what they did last time, but it did not change a thing. They still wound up right here in the middle corridor. Team Paragon more than happy to let them keep the streets and stay back and defend the control point itself. That has been working out very well for them. We have played Hollywood twice tonight, and in both of them, Team Paragon has not given up the middle control point, or the first control point. The only control point. So, Team Primal probably looking to get their first control point capture of the night. Ouch. Their Lucio is down. They are once again being kind of hemmed into the back there just due to the sheer number. Reinhardt is attempting to return to his team, will not succeed. Reaper is flanking. It doesn't look like they know he's back there, so he's probably holding back, waiting for a right opportunity. Symmetra at 81%. She's waiting to get that ultimate so that she can set up a teleporter. Symmetra's teleporters have played a huge role in the defense on this map. More than once, an entire wave has been destroyed and one team starts capping, only for the defense to respawn through the teleporter and completely push them back. The Team Primal is kind of holed out in this archway. They are... I'm not sure what they're looking for. They might be waiting for Lucio's ult, or they might just be looking for like a lucky pick or something. They do not have that. They've got 3 ults prepared. Oh, they pretty effectively countered Reinhardt's ult.
Heroes never die.
Though that was in itself countered by Mercy's ult. And it does not look like this pulse. Oh, well, there we go. The Paragon was able to get a couple of teammates revived before being eliminated. And the teammates are going to have to push in without her. They're doing decently. Symmetra's wall of sentries is doing a good job of holding them off. And they do have the numerical advantage at this point. They just need to finish off Reinhardt and Mercy, and they did so. They are getting some capture time. Did Symmetra manage to set up a teleporter? I don't think so, and she has 83%, so I'm going to assume that there is no teleporter currently on the map. And it looks like Team Primal is going to be able to capture the control point for the first time tonight. And they are going to push the limousine containing Alfred Glitchbot through this wall and down through the western area. Their opponents have elected to hide up on, not hide, but they're electing to hold up on the roof for the most part while keeping the rest of their team down on the streets. This means that Team Primal is going to have a relatively easy time pushing their payload forward, but it looks like they are going on the aggressive. They are taking the fight to the roofs, leaving only one person on the payload itself, Mercy. And we are having a very 3-dimensional battle up here, though it looks like Team Paragon is pushing their teammates down onto the ground, go for maybe a double attack. And it looks like for the most part, Team Paragon is ignoring the payload. The teammates of Team Primal who are on the roof are doing a very good job of distracting them, preventing Paragon from actually focusing on what matters, which is this payload. It's being pushed so quickly. It's only got a little bit before it reaches the final checkpoint, and a very good ult by Lickitung, completely eliminating at least 3 of the enemy. And it looks like they're going to be able to push in there. Everybody is dead on the defensive team except Karsten, the medic, who does have ult. She apparently was not in a position to res her teammates, so they were able to pretty easily huge res, push their team in and keep the team going. Time for the big moment. They're having to push through the sound stage. One of the toughest pushes on this map. And Reaper and Farah are having a battle up there. Reaper pulls back to reconnect this team, and the payload is effortlessly being pushed forward because for the most part Team Paragon is mostly just assaulting them from a distance with long-range spam. And I'd say that payload is moving very fast. They have 5.5 minutes to push into the final, into the VIP section, and there's really not much stopping them. They just had a huge wipe, with only Lucio jumping in, giving him and Reaper some help, but it doesn't look like it's going to do that much, though it did give the defense a chance to respawn. Will they be able to get in there in time? Farah completely wipes the card, but then Mercy for a huge ult, countered by a second huge ult. This is basically a full team assault, and oh, they are so close, and they did it. Team Primal pushing the cart, making very good time. I believe that was the best time any one of these teams has made tonight. That was very fast. And Team Paragon is going to get a chance to do that on their end because they will be offense next round.
Justice reigns from above.
I've got you in my sights. Down, sweet.
Prepare to attack.
Alright, it is time for the next match. They are switching sides. For this one, we are going to see Primal on defense and Paragon on offense. Now this one is a little bit more hit and miss. Both times, Primal has done a very good job of holding the control point, but they usually lose the control point right at the very end, so I'm sure they don't want that to happen this time. On the other hand, Team Paragon has managed to capture the control point every single time, so it will be interesting to see if they can keep that streak going. It looks like the teams are electing for pretty standard setups. Team Primal is going with 3 offense, 1 tank, and 2 support. One of those supports being the extremely powerful Symmetra. We've been seeing some very high-level Symmetra play on this map. Her teleporter has almost single-handedly saved multiple, or I guess spoiled multiple pushes from the opposing team. Though after the control point is taken, she's usually switched off to another class. On the other side, Soldier 76 is going to be dealing a bit of healing. Hyzen has had some very good games as Soldier 76. I've seen a few of his ults that just completely counter like a single push, where he just eliminates 3 people with 1 tactical visor. And as is standard, the Team Primal is electing to stay and hold the first control point, giving the streets to Team Paragon, who is going to happily push through them. I noticed that both teams choose to go through side corridors, and then it turns out to not matter because they are never have to contest the streets. And Symmetra's Arc of Death is down, but got her a pretty decent amount of ult. She's at 86%. She's going to have that ultimate charged almost immediately, which is a big deal because of the importance of the teleporter on this map. And that was pretty much a complete wipe on the part of Team Paragon. Though they have 4 minutes and 20 seconds, so I'm sure they aren't too worried at the moment. And here they go for the next push. The teleporter ultimate is charged. I'm sure she'll be placing. I'm curious to see if she picks a new location. She keeps. No, she places it in the same spot. Last time she placed it in that spot, the enemy team was able to locate it and destroy it. But it is holding for now. Not that anyone on our team is dying. but the team Paragon is mostly hanging back, taking material control of this alleyway over here. Excuse me, I yawned because it's very late over here in my time zone. The defense is holding pretty successfully. The Paragon team is really holding this alleyway, which is quite interesting. I don't normally see people do this, but they've all ushered themselves into the villa and are fighting a very three-dimensional battle, which did not really pan out for them. They had to almost entirely pull back, which is a shame. But the defense is managing to hold quite well. But you know, nobody's dead. Both teams are still up and kicking. And when you look at the health meters, Team Paragon is health-wise doing better. Though that changed as soon as an amazing Pharaoh just decimated their attack, and that was pretty much a completely spoiled push, with only Pharaoh managing to get out in time. Still holding on to her ultimate though. So she will be able to get back in on the action as soon as her team gets in. Maybe they'll lead with her, I'm not sure. There are a couple ults. Thrakon, the Mercy for the defense, has an ult ready, so even if there's a really successful push on the part of the offense, they are going to have to deal probably with a pretty effective ultimate double defense. For the time being, that's not what they're worrying about. Both teams are just trying to find an opportunity to push in there. They're not really seeing any real opportunities to get some serious action happening here. Yeah, Team Paragon is holding back, and Team Primal's happy about this. Their defense is almost perfect. They have nothing to worry about. Their teleporter is up. They have a bunch of ults ready. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong ones. Actually, it is Team Paragon that has a bunch of ults ready. Almost all of them. Genji's nowhere near close, but Reinhardt's going to have one really soon, especially with the ease at which Reinhardt can build his ult.
Oh, let's break it!
And here we go. I'm sure we'll be seeing a lot of ults in the next few seconds. That Lucio Soundbearer is pushing his team in. Zarya is attempting to suck the enemy teammates into it. It did not really work. That was pretty much a win. Defensive Soldier 76 getting some mad work done with his tactical visor. And for the most part, that was a failed push through and through. Karsten did not even have to pop his ultimate. So, but for what it's worth, the enemy team does have their ult ready too. Both teams are prepared to bring teammates back to the brink of death, which could definitely change this upcoming push. If Paragon can get in there and deal a lot of damage, then Mercy can revive anyone they lost in the line of duty and then restart again. So, doesn't look like they're planning on doing it. They are. They were waiting for that. Team Primal was 100% waiting for Mercy to pop her ult and then push in there. They are not dying, but they are definitely not making the progress they were hoping to make. But that's going to change with some very well-timed ults from both Pharahs. There are 20 seconds left of the clock. Are they going to be able to hold it? I don't see anyone at all blocking this. It looks like this is going to be an effortless capture with only 12 seconds left on the clock. And that is a capture. Team Paragon continues the tradition of successfully capturing this control point. For once, they did not have to go into overtime, but they have never managed to capture that control point with any healthy amount of time remaining on the clock. But that's all that matters. That's one of the toughest pushes in the game right there, so they're able to keep moving from this. Trading a couple characters, including Karsten, who is down. She won't have any trouble getting back into the map very soon, and her ult is ready. Thrakon's ult is not, so there could be some serious momentum gained here as the offending team pushes through relatively unimpeded. It looks like the defense is electing to move forward more than they did last time. Usually they hang back over here, but this time they are moving forward very aggressively. They are deciding that they want to take over control of this entire map. They want that payload to keep moving backwards. And the offense is not doing a lot to stop them. They're probably planning on successfully wiping out a defensive push and then moving from there. They are probably going to need to play more aggressively than they are right now because they only have 2 minutes. There are 2 minutes left on the clock. I also note that Gojiro has switched from Symmetra to Lucio, so still the same ratio of support classes. They have switched one of their tanks onto offense. And there's a lot of health going on. Speaking of Lucio's, Team Paragon trading a couple of ults to deal some damage, but not really get any kills. Kifs is down, as is Hyson, so that's probably a big deal. Wow, both teams losing a lot of players. And in this particular case, I think Ty goes to the offense because they need to push this payload, and the fewer defenders alive on the field, the easier time they'll have doing that. The offensive team, Team Paragon, doing a pretty good job. Looks like they are going to be able to push the payload. This is the first time I noticed that the camera actually follows the payload, which is pretty fun, to be honest. That payload moving very fast at maximum speed, and there are two ults, a Pharah ult ready and a Mercy ult ready. So even if they lose a lot of teammates to the defense, only one team is ready to revive at the drop of a hat.
Heroes never die.
Lickitung wiping out a bunch of teammates with the help of her allies, but they are all almost immediately revived. But it doesn't look like that's going to be enough. I think defense is going to take this one because Karsten, Mercy, and Pharah went down. Winston manages to touch the payload, stop it from rolling backwards for a little bit longer. And there are 30 seconds left on the clock, and I'm sure that Primal is not interested in giving up this capture point. Because they have not traditionally had great luck keeping the capture point after this. So they're going to hold back. Team Paragon pushing forward. They are well aware there are 11 seconds left on the clock. It's do or die at the moment. Everybody is awake and alive. Karsten does not have an ult, so if they get wiped, this could be a big deal. But somebody needs to get on that control point. Lucio volunteering himself for the duty, and everybody is alive. Crash is down. Both teams are pretty balanced, and that is it. They were not able to reach the control point in time. Primal was able to hold, and that is a victory for Team Primal.
Play of the game.
It's time to
Helden sterben nicht.
The replays of the games are always fun when they are something other than just high nooning, and that was a pretty good fan the hammer stun kill on that Pharah. So that was another great game on Hollywood. Their next match is going to be on King's Row, and I am willing to keep I'm willing to keep Overwatch on the stream open so you can watch it, but I'm probably done shoutcasting for the night. I hope you enjoyed these games. There's probably going to be more games tomorrow, and I plan to shoutcast every single night, so you won't have to wait long if you want to see more. Thank you for watching, and this is Aabicus signing off.